James Guitar on YouTube, and on Twitch it's the Buff Guy, obviously, and on PSN it's the Buff Guy. Okay, so I wanted to do a quick tutorial here. I've been playing Tekken for about since 96, I guess, so just over 20 years, 22 years since basically Tekken 1 in the arcade was my first ever Tekken. But the first one I ever owned was Tekken 2 on PlayStation 1. And so, I've been playing a little while now, and I main Kazuya, and I just wanted to go over something that I think a lot of scrubs don't quite get, and that's what exactly is punishment. I know people are always saying, oh, you gotta punish that. You know, people are explaining what their punishing moves are, and frames and all this stuff. But I'm gonna go into detail here on what punishment exactly is, because sometimes people just need to know shit in depth, not just it's 13 frames on block and minus 16, and then you got to do this 17 frame move so that it makes it so that you get some free damage, and then you get some damage once you do the move, and then you go from there. It just makes no sense sometimes to people. So I'm going to be a super awesome dude and use my shitty Twitch channel and my shitty YouTube with hardly any subscribers to tell you exactly, explain everything about what punishment really is. So, okay. Who should I use? Well, you know what, I'm going to use Kazuya because I know Kazuya. So, the short version of it all is it's a way to get free damage off of your opponent when they do something stupid. So, I'm going to explain here in a second. I don't have a script written down. I don't have like a fucking, a game plan here. I'm going in this totally blind. It's just something I wanted to do. I made Ganbu the other day online, and I just really wanted to just show people that there's a little more to this game than, there's a lot to this game, everybody knows that, but there's, anyways, here's the point. Punishment, what does that mean? So, every move has frames, okay? Every move that you could possibly do it's got a certain frame rate to it, okay? And this game runs at 60 frames per second. So 60 frames in this game is 1 second of time, alright? Now, the fastest move in this game, no matter who you're playing as, well, I mean, there are exceptions like Jack and all that shit, but, is a jab. That's 10 frames right here, okay? You can always rest assured that a jab, doesn't matter if it's standing or ducking, it's always 10 frames. Okay? So, it's a dick jab, 10 frames, and it's worth 5 points of damage. Standing jab, 10 frames, 7 points of damage. Okay? Perfect. So, usually you'll go with your twos, like your right punch for those real scrubs out there who don't know what you're doing quite yet. These are almost always 12 frames, but they're a little bit more commonly not 12 frames. It's like if Jack is the only character with a 12 frame jab, I don't know if he is or not, but I'm pretty sure he is. Most other characters, that means like there's 39 plus characters that have a 10 frame jab. Whereas Kazuya's 2, the jab is 1, then this is 2. His 2 is 12 frames. And that's almost universal, but not quite as universal as how many characters have a 10 frame jab, you know what I'm saying? So, Jin, for example, is a 10 frame 2. His 2 and his 1 are both 10 frames, okay? So he's different in that sense than Kazuya and the other Mishimas. But Devil Jin, Kazuya, Heihachi, they all have 12 frame 2s. So, what does that mean now? Okay, how can you use that to your advantage in a match? Well, before we go into that, there are things called punishers in this game, like moves that you can use to punish your opponent, like different sets of frames, okay? So, what is a punish exactly? The thing is, I'm gonna have to show you something real quick. So, Kazuya, what's a move minus 10 on block or something? This move right here, minus 10 on block. Okay. So let's have him do that. See how it says punish there? Because that frame is not, well, it's this move he's doing is minus 12 on block, okay? This is a 14 frame down forward 2. It's a gut punch. It's, you know, it launches on counter hit. It's a great keep away move. It's a, you know, but it isn't safe. So Kazuya gets this. He gets this. Oh, whoop, hold on. And he gets this. Okay? So those are Kazuya's punishers right there. He gets either a 10 frame punish, or Kazuya's special, as he has an 11 frame punish, and he's got a 12 frame punish. The best punish you could probably do in that scenario when you're punishing a down forward 2 with Kazuya is he's got an 11 frame punish, so he's pretty fortunate in that sense. Now what's next? The next step above 12 frames, above that's his 12 frame, okay, is 13 frames. So he's got this move right here, that's 13 frames. So watch. You see it doesn't say punish there. That means, what does that mean exactly? Okay, so because there aren't enough frames after he's done doing that move to, for me to get a free hit in. So he's able to block on the 13th frame after that move is finished. Once it is starting to recover, he's got 12 frames before he's coming back. 12 frames. Okay, he's coming back in 12 frames. So if I'm doing a 13 frame move right after he's just finished doing this move, it's not going to connect. Not unless he's pressing something else after that, which you shouldn't fucking do if you just got that move blocked. You're at a total disadvantage. Stay the hell away. Back the fuck up. So you got to keep in mind that that move, down forward 2, is you can get that for free, and you can get that for free. But that is not free. Okay? That's the bottom line here. So point I'm trying to make here is punishing is so crucial to do. All right, you need to be able to punish your opponent. Okay, there are certain ways, certain things you need to learn about Tekken, and frame data is usually around the. I guess you should start learning really frame data basics when you hit green ranks. To be honest, green, like, you know, for example, offline, my Kazuya is a brawler. Online, he's a Genbu. I started learning punishment back in Tekken 6 for the first time ever. I think I got up to Rogue rank on that, which is, I think, is the first green rank. Which Tekken 6 had more ranks. It had like silver, black, light blue, and then green, or silver, black. I don't remember. I don't remember exactly how it went, but it was similar to Tag 2 and Tekken 6 or Tekken 7, but not quite the same. So I got to green ranks, and then I'm like, okay, everybody's starting to kick my ass now. What am I doing wrong? I realized I was attacking at disadvantages when I'm at minus frames, like when I'm at that move here. This move here is minus 9 on block. Okay? So minus 9 frames means it's completely safe. Kazuya does not get anything for free. No character gets anything for free after they block this move. Okay? But it's still minus 9 frames on block. So even though I was using a safe move, this move here, which is a great move, by the way. The range is amazing. It launches no matter what. No, I'm speaking to you Kazuya players right now, obviously. But you know, you got the main man for that, so you don't need me around. But you know, he's a lot better at this game than I am. But you know, like, look at that. 50 damage for an easy friggin', and then you get 50-50 after that. It's a great move. It's minus 9 on block, perfectly safe. But you don't want to attack at all if they block that move and they're close to you. If they're within this range and they block that move and you try to do a jab right after that, because you're at minus 9 frames, you are now your jab is now 19 frames to come out instead of 10, because it's 10 from neutral, it's 10 from 0. When both of you are at 0, you're looking at a 10 frame jab. But if you're at a frame disadvantage, you're in the negatives because you just did a move that's still in a recovery animation. Meanwhile, you're still mashing that one button and you're trying to get that fucking jab out. That jab's not coming out for 19 frames, which means that this Kazuya, the one on the left, can interrupt me with almost anything. Like, he can fucking, you know, that, down forward 2, you know, he could get an electric on me. You know, the electric is usually only, well, that down forward 2 is 14 frames. This move here is 14 frames. Electric is 13 to whatever the fuck. 13 to 15 to 16 if you're really slow, you know, like, so, you know, if you dash in, I think it's 16 or 17 frames for an electric. But you can get up to, you can get 13 frame electrics if you really, like, you get them out of your misstep, so, which most people do know. But, yeah. I'm not very good at it, obviously, 'cause I haven't warmed up. This is just me coming right off the bat, just doing this tutorial. So, anyways, I digress. The point I'm trying to make here is you gotta study your character's frames. So, we found out that this move here is -9, okay? So I don't want to do a jab or anything. I need to just stand there and block. That move is blocked. I need to stand and block after that move and make sure I see what my opponent's going to do. If he's not doing anything, then I'm good to go. I can go in for the offense again. You know, I can do whatever I want at this point. Fucking whatever, you know? Like, yeah, 69 for, you know, it's kind of good damage. Just, you know, anyways. Point I'm trying to make is you don't want to just go in and attack mindlessly. That's a lot of what I see a lot of that in, you know, silver ranks and light blue ranks and even low green ranks. Well, actually, very much so in green ranks. People are very, very aggressive in green ranks because they only know about offense. They don't know about defense yet. I don't think defensive players really come into play until yellow ranks, high green ranks, maybe Vanguard and up. They start, you know, chilling back a little bit more and being on the defensive a bit more and really studying what their opponent's going to do. So, at that point, you're playing Tekken smart. You're playing Tekken. It's like a dance. You go back and forth. You know, your turn, my turn, your turn, my turn. You know, that's because we're always at a frame disadvantage. When we're finished doing a move, we're in the negatives. You know, if my opponent just blocked a move, he's in the negative, or they're in the negative. Except for certain exceptions. You know, there are exceptions to every character, and that's why you need to study the frames of each character. Like, so you want to find out, okay, now, how can I pressure my opponent to where they're not able to attack right away after I do a move, whatever that move may be. In Kazuya's case, every character has plus frame moves, where you're actually in the plus after your opponent blocks. For Kazuya, it's forward 4, not that, that's -10. Electric is actually +5 on block, so he's hella plus after that. Forward 4 for Kazuya, he's plus, I think from this distance, he's +3, and from this distance, he's +4. So, if you're right in his face and you do a forward 4, you get a free, you can do that for free, because this is 14 frames, you know what I mean? So this is +4, and that's 14 frames. So if you do forward 4 right in their face, and then you go for an immediate down forward 2, and they try to interrupt you with anything that's 10 frames and up, you're either going to trade if it's 10 frames, or if it's 11 frames plus, you're going to get a counter hit. That's a frame trap. That's why it's plus frames on block, and it's called a frame trap. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get Kazuya to do exactly what I just did. So what are we doing here? Okay, now I'm going to try to do anything at this point. Okay, so I did a 13 frame while standing 1. Right there. See, I did a 10 frame dick punch. 10 frames. You see what I mean? So those things traded. What does that mean? So because the gut punch is 14 frames, and the dick punch is 10 frames, but I blocked his forward 4, right? But now I'm at -4 myself, so that means that the dick punch that I just did that's normally 10 frames is going to come out at 14 frames. I know it sounds like I'm really like going into more depth than I really need to, but this is, if you're rolling your eyes at what I'm saying right now and saying, oh, this fucking guy is just, you know, he's just spewing a bunch of shit, this is bullshit tutorial. This tutorial's not made for you, man. This is for the guys and girls and all the people and shit that are stuck in, you know, wooden, silver, light blue. I don't think there's anybody stuck in wooden ranks, because those ranks self-promote. But, you know, silver, I've seen some people say they were stuck in silver ranks, you know, first, second, third dan. Light blue is, there's tons of people stuck in light blue. In fact, if you looked at the stats for PS4 and for PC, you got the majority of the player base are actually, the biggest number, the bulk of it, are sitting at Grandmaster right now. And the second most popular rank at the moment is, I think it's Marauder, or is it Brawler? I think it might be Brawler. Might be Marauder. I think it's Marauder. But yeah, you know, like everybody is sitting at, yeah, it is Marauder. I remember actually looking that up. Yeah. So Grandmaster is the most popular rank in the world, and that's a light blue rank. People are stuck in light blue ranks. They're stuck at Grandmaster. Maybe they're getting demoted to Expert a lot. Maybe they're getting demoted all throughout the light blue ranks. Maybe they have a hard time staying in the green ranks. You know, Season 2 is a little bit easier to promote, but not that much easier, really. It's still a pain in the ass. So people are, you know, gonna get frustrated. They don't quite understand what they're doing wrong. It's because they're attacking, and all they're doing is defending, or all they're doing is attacking, and they're not really studying what the opponent is doing. They're not understanding what their character is doing. They're just mindlessly going in there and just like trying to win the match by complete offense, and that's not what you want to be doing. You want to stand back, observe what your opponent's doing, understand what their frames are, and understand what your character's frames are. Now, you don't need to understand your character's frames, or everybody's frames, okay? You don't need to understand everybody's frames for everybody's move, because everybody has a 10-frame jab, and everybody has, almost everybody has, a 15-frame launcher. So that's not 15 frames, that's 14 frames for Kazuya, because electric is faster than a regular down forward 2. But for Kazuya, his 15 frame is this move. Down forward 1. Kazuya's down forward 1 is 15 frames. So most other characters have a 15 frame down forward 2. Almost everyone has a 15 frame down forward 2. Lei, Paul, Law, lots of Jack, you know, tons of characters that you see online a lot have a 15 frame down forward too. Lee, Miguel, I think Miguel's actually 16 frames. Nah, Miguel's 16 frames. What am I saying? So there are tons that have 15 frame down forward twos. Nina, you know, Anna is I think 16. But you know, that's the gist of it. You need to know what your 10 frame punish is, which for Kazuya it's 1-1-2. You need to know what your 12 frame, maybe 13 frame, it doesn't really matter though, 12 frame. And for Kazuya, he's got an 11 frame back 1-2, so it's really good. But he's also got a 12 frame 2-2, but you know, it's only good for frame advantage because you're at plus frames here. So I can go in and attack with down forward 2. Pretty sure I get that for free. Let's just test that out real quick. So, no, that's not what I want. Okay. Hold on. What am I doing? So, at this point here, what am I going to do? I'm going to try... No, I'm going to jab him. So I want to do this and that. Okay. Now let's see what he's got. So I did a 12 frame. Yeah, so Kazuya's at... Whoops. with after his 2-2 connects and his and it hits, so you punish your opponent and you hit them with it, so you punish your opponent with your 12 frame punish, which is 2-2. Your opponent can't do anything. They can't even jab. Their jab isn't even going to trade with you because they're at least well, I got a free gut punch out of that, so I'm pretty... I don't even know what the frames are for Kazuya, but I think this is +6. So their jab is now a 16 frame jab. Maybe +5. I'm pretty sure it's +6. So because their jab is now a 16 frame jab, you can get, you can do this into electric. That's tricky, but let's see if I can do it. It's a little bit harder than down 4-2, obviously, because you need to get that forward neutral in. I haven't warmed up at all. Anyways, I'm not gonna try and show off my electrics right now. It's tricky to get that, but you could probably get this into this. I don't even know. That's besides the point, though. I'm just learning stuff for myself right now. I'm a Genbu, and I barely know what the fuck I'm doing with my character. What was I getting at now? Yeah, you need to know your 10 frame punish, what move is 10 frames for your character, what move is 12 frames for your character, and what move is 15 frames, preferably the launcher, for your character. Kazuya's easy mode, 15 frame, is that. He gets fucking 48 damage. 48 damage off of an easy mode down forward 1-2 into forward 4 guarantee, so that's pretty good. A lot of characters have a 15 frame full launcher that gives them at least 60 plus damage. So if you're one of those characters, you're fucking gold. You're Paul, for example, has a easy mode 15 frame launcher. Brian has an easy mode 14 frame launcher with his jet upper forward back 2. He's a special character in that sense, but he's a little trickier than most characters down forward 2. So just learn the basics of your standing punishers. And then go online and test out with people, because I know practice mode is boring. Test out with people what you're able to get for free. Start with jabs, If you block a move with your opponent, try to get a jab in. And if you fuck up and they get a free hit, well, that move's plus on block and leave them the hell alone. Or if you're trying to attack after getting hit, you just got punched in the face, you didn't block it, you got damage, don't attack. Never attack if you're not sure. Never attack after getting hit. There are exceptions to the rule where some moves are minus on hit, like this. That move is actually minus, I don't even know. Let's test it out. See? Oh, hold on. Oh, I need to record that properly. What am I doing? I suck at this shit. Okay. Not what I want. Come on. So he needs to hit. So you see that they almost trade. They don't quite trade, but they almost trade there. What that means is, because I'm using a 11 frame while standing move, it's kind of hard to tell, but since they almost trade, you can tell that this move on friggin' hit is minus on hit. So, that's not very good. You want to just, after you hit them with this, you want to back off and kind of just, let them do their thing next. But most moves are plus on hit. So you don't want to mash buttons after you get hit. Don't do it. There's no point. Just chill. Stay back. You just took some damage. Relax, keep your cool and observe what they're going to do next, because they have the frame advantage. It's still their turn. If they hit you, it's still their turn. If you block something that they did now, it's your turn. So if they're pressuring you with like fucking jabs and fucking down forward 2s or down forward 1s, 13 frame, 15 frame moves that are minus on block, and they just keep hitting you with this barrage of, you know, whatever it is, you can probably squeeze a jab in there on one of the blocks, because they're all these moves are minus on block, right? Unless they frame trap you with a plus on block move. This is where character matchup knowledge comes in. You need to really study what's going on with each character. But the point is, you want to not attack after getting hit, and then try to see what you can get for free after blocking something. Start with your jabs. If you get a free jab punish for it, it's like, oh, so that's at least minus 10 on block. Now I'm going to try, next time he does that move, try doing your 12 frame punish. Oh, okay, well that move's minus 12 on block too. What if, oh fuck, you know, that move's minus 15 on block. He's spamming a move that's minus 15 at least on block. Holy crap, I'm going to get this free damage. This is huge. Minus 15, you get a free launcher. Because most launchers are at least 15 frames. There's exceptions, electric, jet upper, you know, laws 3+4. Those are less than 15 frames for launchers, but the majority of them are 15 plus. So you can rest assured of that too. So, and almost all of them are unsafe on block. So say you're getting mad because, you know, hop kick. There's one, hop kicks. Hop kicks are universally minus 13, maybe more. For some characters, Katarina, for example, she's got a really shitty hop kick. Her hop kick has great range. It gives really good damage when you get hit by it. It's a natural combo. Up forward 4/4 is a natural combo, so you get hit by that first kick, you're getting hit by the second one, you're getting launched for the next 6 hours. So, you know, punish it though, because, and it's so easy to see what is coming out. When she does that first kick, anticipate the second one is coming down. You have so much time to see that second kick coming down, and when it does, you block that shit and you're already ready with your punish locked and loaded. Oh, I just blocked her friggin' up forward 4/4. I'm gonna fucking get that back 1/2 in there. Oh, I'm gonna get that 2/2 in there, and then I'm gonna go for a free gut punch for my frame trap there. Because I'm at a huge plus frame advantage. I'm +6 right now, so I'm gonna get a 14 frame move in there. You know, like, hop kicks are super annoying. They're super good. They low crush, which means, you know, they're self-punishing low moves, or they're self-punishing mid moves that punish low moves automatically without having to block anything. That's what a crush is basically. Like, this move crushes highs, which means I don't. I'm guaranteed not to get hit by highs. Here's another one. This move, every high crushes high. That's a very underrated move by Kazuya, by the way. A lot of people think this move sucks. It's 25 frames, so it's super slow, super seeable. But you can always cancel it into twin pistons or cancel it into fucking anything, you know. So it's not a. I don't think it's that bad a move. It doesn't track very well, but it's. I've used it a few times and caught some red ranks with it, purple ranks and shit. So it's not horrible. But it is hella unsafe. It's minus 14 on block, so that's the other thing. You know? You gotta watch out for the while standing punishers too. I'm gonna explain that in a second. So hop kicks, punish hop kicks with your. Start with your jabs. Just go in with your 10 frame jab, 10 frame, your 10 frames punish. Maybe most characters just have this. Most characters, that's all you're gonna get. But hey, it's free damage. What are you complaining about? Would you rather get that for free and be at a frame advantage? Now you're at frame advantage. You're at plus whatever the fuck. +3 for Kazuya or +4, I don't know. He's at +3 right there, I think. So now, you can just be on the offense because you got the frame advantage. So you can just start pressuring him now. So, you know, this 15 damage means nothing. You want the plus frames. So, okay. What's next? We talked about standing punishers. You got to learn your 10, your 12, and your 15 with your character. And you should learn, you know, what you can get by studying every character you fight, blocking something, and then immediately trying to punish it with your jab. And if the jab works, try your 12 frame next time they do that move. If that doesn't work, you can, at least you know that it's minus 10. Stick with that. The move that they just did is minus 10 on block. You've learned something. Now, while standing punishers. This is what I'm going to leave you with before we get the fudge out of here. This move here is a low. Okay, so that's minus 14 on block. So you're obviously going to block lows by crouching, right? Okay. So crouching, you've got, for Kazuya, he's got while standing 4-4. He's got while standing 1-2. He's got while standing 2. And those are his 3 while standing punishers. Okay, every character has at least 2. Sometimes they only have 1 if they're really bad. Not 1, sorry. Sometimes they only have 2. Some characters have 3. Kazuya has 3. Although this one is 16 frames to impact. So from the time you press while standing 2, that's a 16 frame move. This is a 13 frame launcher. So if I block something that leaves me in crouch, or I just blocked a low, if I block a mid, like Kazumi's down forward 1-2, I block a mid that leaves Kazuya in crouch. So I just, while standing punisher, down forward 1-2 with my twin pistons. You know why that is? Because Kazumi's down forward 1-2 is minus 13 on block. And Kazuya's twin pistons is 13 on impact. So I get this for free if she hits me with down forward 1-2. That fucking hammer thing that she does on you, you know what I mean? That looked exactly like what I just did. That looked exactly like what Kazumi does. I'm so good at imitating characters. So, and then this is 11 frames here, okay? So that's what you're going to be punching stuff with to start off with. Like, okay, every character has at least a while standing 4, okay? So while standing 4 is almost universally, just like the jabs are 10 frames almost universally, while standing 4 is almost universally 11 frames. So that takes the pressure off of you wanting to know what is that on impact? How many frames is that? Is that a punish? Almost everyone has an 11 frame while standing 4. Enough said. The next stuff you got to learn is what characters can launch and what frames they can. Kazuya is a very special case. Him, Eddie, and Josie have 13 frame while standing launchers. The majority of the characters either have 14 frame launchers or above. There are a few characters that have 14 frame launchers, like Bob. I think Katarina does. Pretty sure. I don't remember if she does or not, but Bob does. I think Miguel does. You know, that kind of stuff. So if they're one of the characters that has a 16 frame plus while standing launcher like this, maybe they have another option, you know, like that's a little bit slow. 16 frames, sometimes things are only 15 frames minus 15 on block. But you want to punish it with as strong as movies as you possibly can. So sometimes you just want a hop kick. Like, you know, like Kazuya doesn't have a hop kick because he's an awesome character. So, you know, if you want to do that, just block the move and then hop kick that shit. That's immediately 15 frames. Hop kicks are almost always 15 frames. Almost universally 15 frames. So if you're using a character that has while standing 4, it's probably 11 frames. You're using a character that has a jab, it's probably 10 frames. You're using a character that has a down forward 2 launcher, it's probably 15 frames most of the time. And if you're using a character that has a hop kick, it's probably 15 frames as well. So there you go. I just cleared all that up for a lot of people that are always questioning, like on message boards and YouTube and all this stuff. How many frames is this hop kick and that down forward 2 and the jabs and all this shit? Well, almost universally for every character, it's that. So you got nothing to worry about now. That's if there's exceptions, then you need to learn what those exceptions are, and that'll come with practice and experience, you know. So let's try my opponent doing a hell sweep. Okay, so you know this move here. See that? Look at that. He's staggering. So that move is like minus 20 7 or 23. I think it's minus 23 on block. Minus 20 frickin' 3. Okay? So what do you want to do after you block this frickin' move? Well, I want to not punish it with that. Yeah, I get that for free, sure, but that's 11 frames only. Why would I punish it with an 11 frame move? What about this? Okay, so he's going to hell sweep. Yeah, okay, I get a free, whatever the hell that is, twin pistons. You know, I get, how much damage would I get? Let's see. If I can warm my stupid hands up. Come on now. Wow. Genbu, guys. I got Genbu, believe it or not. Okay, 57 damage. Sorry, sidestepping left. That's another discussion for another day, sidestepping and punishing that way. Like. Okay, 60 damage for an easy-ass combo, alright? Now, what about while standing 2? What do I get out of that? Oh, sorry. Yeah, see, I can't play Tekken right now, guys. This is a good thing I'm not online right now. It's like 5:30 in the morning and I haven't gone to bed yet. 67 damage. So really, at this point, you gotta just decide, okay, do I want to twin pistons him or do I want to while standing 2 him? Usually, characters only have one option from crouch that they can launch people with, but Kazuya has 2. He gets a better damaging launcher by a good 10 points if you do while standing 2, but those are only off staggering moves, like the Hell Sweep. You know what other move staggers like that once it's blocked? Dragon Tail by Law, that's his down back 4. Snake Edge by Brian, down forward 3. Katarina's down back 4 Snake Edge. Ling Chaoyu's sidestep 3. Miguel's full crouch down forward 4. All the Hell Sweeps. Heihachi's full crouch down forward 4. A whole bunch of shit, okay? So, you want to find those. If you block those moves, most of them, the Snake Edge is not so much the Hell Sweep, because look at that, that's hella fast. That's not, you can't see that. Nobody can see that right off the bat. So you can't react to it and then block it. You know, it's not going to happen. So, Jesus, I suck right now. I can usually get 5 electrics, but I can't right now. It's not a move. It's not a video about electrics. It's a video about punishment for noobs. So, when you see a move that staggers your opponent on block, you want to get in there and get your free huge combo now. Like, you want to make them pay for trying to screw you over with these gimmicky little bullshit lows. So get your free damage out of it. Don't just go for a while standing 4-4 because they're not afraid of that. They're gonna, you know, you get 11 frames, or it's only 11 frames, and it's only, what, 29 damage compared to 60 plus with the other moves? Like, why would you, there's no comparison. You're shooting yourself in the foot if that's the only punish you're doing. And if you're not punishing it at all, then I hope you paid attention to this really shitty and horribly explained video, or tried to as best you could, because I really suck at explaining shit. And I didn't have a script, so I just winged it. But, yeah, fucking get your damage. They're giving you free damage. They're giving the round away by abusing those. Of course you're going to eat a couple of Snake Edges. Of course, everybody does. Everybody eats down back 4-4 by Law. Everybody does that sweep backflip shit when they're in the light blue and green ranks and all that garbage. Everyone's going to eat 1 or 2 of those in a fight. Once you hit, you know, orange ranks and up, you're probably not going to... You're going to see a lot of people blocking those on reaction because it's a very slow low. But if you're stuck in, you know, light blue, green, even yellow ranks, up to the higher yellow ranks anyways, you're probably going to eat that move a lot because there's, you know, they're probably, you know, you're still learning how to punish. It's just as simple as that. Punishing takes time. You need to really practice. You need to build it. It's muscle memory. You need to see the animation. That's the big part of it. You need to know what the animation looks like. So recognize the animation. Once it's like burned into your brain, you know, oh, they're turning a certain way and they just made that noise. This move's about to come out. I'm going to crouch block because Law is now using his Dragon Tail. I'm going to punish with a free while standing 2, and I'm going to get my 67 plus damage out of it. You know, so you're doing yourself a disservice by not punishing those moves, or by punishing them with something really bad, which I see actually a lot of yellow rank players do. You know, they know how to punish. They know what moves are minus on block and what moves are free punishment and all that, but they don't understand that, or they just aren't used to and don't have the muscle memory built to get the wall standing 2s or the wall standing 1-2s on it. So that's the gist of it. I just saw that somebody just joined the chat. Hey buddy, how's it going? I'm actually pretty much done the tutorial. But that's okay. Hopefully this will help build my Twitch followers and all that stuff, and YouTube, you know, what's going on YouTube and all this good shit. But this is the gist of it, right? 11 frames, 13 frames, 16 frames. Learn the matchups and what is safe, what is not safe, you know, certain things like that. Number 1, learn your character. Learn what's safe on block and what's not safe on block. What's plus on block, what's plus on hit. Learn your frame traps. Learn little things like that. I suggest learning these things before you even attempt to learn any combos, to be honest. Combos are something that, you know, they give you a lot of damage and it's free and all this stuff if you get them to launch, but I find that the early ranks, as soon as they learn a combo, the only move they're trying to do at that point is their launcher. You're only trying to launch people, and you're only trying to combo people. So, and I think that that's the wrong approach to Tekken. You want to learn how to kind of back off, study your opponent, and get in there with some pokes. Get in there with some free damage, because launchers are usually punishable. Launchers usually give your opponent free damage if they block your launcher. Meanwhile, you're still trying to throw out that uppercut that's minus 14 something on block, and they still get that, you know, whatever it is, they still get that every time, you know, or you're just trying to hop kick them all the time. Say you're trying to hop kick them all the time, because the combo, you know, is done by doing a hop kick. So once you connect that hop kick, yeah, you might get 60 plus damage, but if they block 3 or 4 hop kicks, look at that, that's 33 damage, there's 66 damage, there's 99 damage. They've almost done 100 damage to you for blocking 3 hop kicks because you won't do anything but hop kick. And you're sacrificing that 100 damage that's so precious to your life bar for a potential 60 damage combo, because you learned this combo, you're really excited, you want to do this launcher and do the combo. So try to stop yourself from doing that if you're in the light blue ranks or the green ranks, or even sometimes the early yellow ranks at this point. Sometimes they just get that mindset that they just want to launch people and just get their combos off. I see most of that occurring in the light blue and green ranks for sure, especially early green ranks. So, you know, try to get that out of your head. I know combos are cool, but Tekken isn't really about combos. Tekken is about mind games. Tekken is about stepping your opponent and punishing them that way, getting free damage. Tekken's about, you know, doing the dance, getting the frame traps in there, and then, you know, making sure that you're you know, always on top of the game. So, and yeah, launchers are extremely important and combos are extremely important, but it's a very small piece of the whole puzzle. So, you know, just remember, you know, for the Yokazuya players, 10 frames, okay, 11 frames, 12 frames, 13 frames, 14 frames. It's not really a punish because it's just a down forward 2. So basically 14 frames and up. Whatever. Point is, the electric is usually 14 frames plus. While standing, 11 frames, 13 frames, 16 frames, okay? So that's That's the gist of it for Kazuya. Every character is different. Tekken is a huge game. Tekken has tons of little tiny mechanics that you'll need to learn over time. Don't stress yourself. Don't push yourself too hard. Don't try to learn every single matchup in one day or 1 week or 1 month. It's not going to happen. You want to learn the best moves of every character, their ins and outs, their strings, and then leave it at that. You got to learn the frames to each move. You don't need to learn what the move is on impact. Who gives a shit if you're not using the character? Don't worry about what frames are on impact. You got to learn just the frames on block and just the frames on hit. And the frames on counter hit don't hurt too. You should probably figure those out too. All the data is available online, but the most important thing to start with when it comes to learning how to punish, learning your frames for yourself, is your 10 frame punisher, your 12 frame punisher, and your 15 frame punisher from standing, and your 11 frame punisher and your launcher from while standing. That's the gist of it. That is all you need to know. Every character has that. Every frame, all frames for all characters are different. Of course, you know, like I said, I'll reiterate again. Almost everyone has a 10 frame jab. Almost everyone has an 11 frame while standing forward. So that's almost universal for everybody. So at least you got that cleared up. Now you got to just learn the rest for your character. So that's what does it. If you're watching on Twitch, I'm the Buff Guy. You're watching on YouTube, I'm Games and Guitar. And yeah, I wish you all the best of luck. Hope this cleared up a couple of things. Maybe we'll do another tutorial about stepping and punishing strings and all this shit later on down the road. But yeah, good luck. Keep rocking out, keep gaming, and have a good one.